What's up, everybody? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Oh my gosh, this feels so nostalgic. I feel like I just time traveled back to 2011. But anyways, today I am doing a Q&A, real old school vibes. I wanted an opportunity for all of my new followers who have just started to kind of come into my platform to get to know me a little bit better, ask me the questions that y'all want to know, and I'm gonna give you the answers. So I put out a poll on my Instagram. If you're not following me there already, you already know what to do. Make sure you guys are following me on Instagram, but make sure you guys are following me on all of my platforms, okay? Let's get right into it. Describe your perfect weekend. My perfect weekend would insist on me doing nothing, or going to a pool, or going to a beach, eating good food, getting a massage, getting my feet massaged. Next question. What keeps you going? What keeps me going is two things. I have a child that I need to provide for, and I need to make sure he has a perfect life. So I have to continue to do what I need to do so that he can have an amazing life, and so he can grow up and tell people my mom is so cool and I love my mom. Exactly. But number two, what keeps me going is literally my dreams. Like, I have so many aspirations, so many dreams, so many goals, and those are the things I think about every single morning when I make a video. Like, I'm getting closer and closer to my dreams. Closer to my dreams. Yes. How was your postpartum period experience with being a new mom? So my postpartum experience was insane because I was also going through a breakup at the time. Physically speaking, I was having a lot of pain and aching for pretty much the full 6 weeks postpartum, and that was it was strenuous. It was a strenuous recovery physically on my body, because I also had a very extreme labor. But as far as emotionally, I was in such a weird state because I was like so excited to have a kid, but I was going through a breakup, so I was just like But overall, I feel like it was okay. Like, on 1 to 10, from a scale of 1 to 10, like how bad was it? It was like a 6 type, I think. Yeah, I'll give it a 6. Yeah. What's a song that you can't stand for some reason, but everyone loves that song? By the way, love you too. A song that I hate that everybody loves. A lot of the I really hate a lot of like the rap songs. You know that Little Baby song, the Little Baby freestyle song. Shout out my day with me. It's not that I hate that song, it's just that I don't know it, and I don't like when I don't know a song, so I be feeling left out. So a lot of the boy songs, I be feeling left out, because like I be wanting to rap with y'all too, but I don't know it, and I'm not gonna go learn it. Oh my gosh, swag surf. I fucking hate the swag surf down. It pisses me off every time I hear it. And it obviously when it first came out, I loved it, but it's like 20 years post, we do it at every function. Don't touch me. I hate it. What has been your favorite part of growth since the start of the podcast? My favorite part about growth is interesting. I feel like just learning and adapting my way into this entertainment industry has been very enriching. I feel like I'm learning so much, and I'm just trying to soak everything up like a sponge and adjust and kind of just pivot my way to the top, and just really figuring out how this business works. Like, that part is enjoyable for me. Favorite Beyonce deep cut? I don't know if this counts as a deep cut, but it is one of my favorite Beyonce songs. I'd rather be with you, oh yeah. Be With You from the Dangerously in Love album. I love the way you look at me. Yes! Yes. Did you always know you wanted a career in media? Yes. Ever since I was a little girl, I've always wanted to be in entertainment in some kind of way. I've changed the pathway so many times, but I've always wanted to be famous. I've always wanted to be here. I've always wanted to make people laugh. I've always wanted to be on stage. I've always wanted to act and just do all those things. Like, yeah, I've always been there. What were your initial feelings when you found out you were pregnant with Noah? I was gagged because on one end, I just am very morbid, so I'm like, I don't think I can really get pregnant. Like, the whole time it'd be me that can't get pregnant. I don't know why. And it was like shocking because I just couldn't believe that Jamila, could be pregnant. I don't know how to explain it, but there's some type of like disillusion I have with myself doing certain things. Like even me to this day, present day, being a mom, that doesn't sound right. Like I went my whole life without having a kid. Now I have a kid and this is my life. It was just such a weird thing, but at the same time I was very excited because I've always wanted to be a mother and I've always wanted a child, so I was just very excited, but just very like gagged, like, oh, really? How do you stay motivated and on track? For me, staying motivated and on track is not hard because this is what I want to do, right? This is the career path that I've always wanted to take, and it doesn't stress me out in that way because I'm just excited. I stay motivated because I can see it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm starting to get certain things. I'm starting to take those steps, and it's like I can see the light. I can see the light. It's right there, and I can almost grab it. It's like I can almost grab it and I can almost taste it.
I can almost taste it.
And because I can almost taste it, I want it that much bad. That much badder? That much more. What made you want to be a writer? So interestingly enough, being a writer is the newest thing that I've wanted to do. I didn't want to be a writer necessarily until like I got into college. I always just wanted to act. I always wanted to act and I always wanted to direct. But I realized that writing was something I really wanted to do because I wanted to be the person to curate these stories. I had all these stories in my mind, and I think I also misunderstood what being a director was. A lot of the times I assumed that the directors were the creators of these stories, and that's not always the case. Sometimes it is, but it's not always the case. So then I just kind of did a little bit more research as to like who the people behind, what's all these credits, what do all these people do? And I realized that like I want to be the curator of these stories, and something that I'm really invested in is making sure dialogue sounds plausible. I am disillusioned and taken out of the illusion and the fantasy of TV and movies so quickly when the dialogue is not right. And I feel like because of my attention to detail, and I'm always like watching people around me, I feel like I have a special skill in understanding language and how people communicate, and I just think that I'm good at it. So that's how I started getting into writing. And then of course I wrote a show, which looking back I would do it a lot differently, but it was my first experience. But yeah, just wanting to be the person to tell those stories. How did you settle on Noah's name? So I originally wanted to name my son Michael after Michael Jackson, and it's always been in my plan since I was a little girl. I knew if I ever had a son I wanted to name him Michael because I wanted to name him after Michael Jackson. Sue me, y'all know I'm a big Michael Jackson fan, but the person I was with at the time was kind of like no. So I was like, okay. So basically we just had to come to some type of compromise because I wasn't getting my way, even though I did want it. But I did come up with his middle name, which is Ali. And the reason I came up with the middle name Ali is two reasons. Number one, I had a dog named Ali. I had two dogs named Ali, but that's neither here nor there. And he was lost, and it was very sad to me, and I really missed him, and I really loved him, and it's kind of like a memorializing him. But also Ali is an Arabic name, and my name is Arabic as well, so it has ties to me as well as a special person, animal, dog in my life. I don't care, y'all. If you not a dog lover, if you don't got pets, you just wouldn't get it. But anyways, yeah. If you could be any other zodiac sign, what would you be? I would probably say either a Sagittarius or a Virgo because my two girl best friends are Sagittarius and Virgos, and I love them and I like them, and I feel like I'm the most, like we're the most alike. Like we share brains, you know. I feel like we have the same brains. Like they understand everything that I say, and we just understand each other. And you know, we're mutable signs, and finding that out is so interesting. And also I found out that Sagittarius and Gemini are sister signs, and it makes sense, especially if you knew me and my friends, like you would know, like you would almost be able to tell that we were best friends because we're just so much alike. Now, I do have a vendetta against Virgos. I do hate Virgos. And so that sounds counterproductive, but what you guys don't understand is I hate male Virgos because they're boys. Female Virgos, we're like this. Can you elaborate on your productions? Like, What does this mean? Okay, I think I know what you're trying to say. Can I elaborate on the productions and what's my position? I think that's what you're trying to say. So, Ring a Bell Productions is a production company I started back in 2020 after trying to find production jobs and realizing I couldn't find production jobs that I wanted to. But also, I didn't want to start from the ground up. I wanted to be the director. I wanted to be the producer. I wanted to be the writer. I wanted to be the head bitch in charge. So, I decided to just start my own production company. That way I could produce my own original projects. So my position in the company is, of course, I'm the founder. I am the executive producer, director, and writer. And depending on the project, I kind of will assume different positions based off of a need basis, if that makes sense. But those are the 3 titles that I most will be. What are some affirmations you tell yourself when things become challenging in your field? I really I'm very simple when it comes to affirmations. I'm not the type of person that writes down all these lengthy affirmations that I have to put them on the mirror, kind of like a Easter egg type thing. That's not necessarily what I have to do, because that doesn't feel authentic to me. So what I typically do, if I feel like I'm having a really difficult time, I'm really stressed out, whatever, I kind of just be like, okay, bitch, now bitch, you know you can do this. You know you can do this. I don't know why you're pretending like you can't. I really talk down to myself. I don't know. But like, I call myself a bitch. All right, bitch, you're tripping. Bitch, do better. Because I feel like that's what I need to hear in that moment. I don't like to talk sweet to myself all the time because I coddle myself. I don't coddle myself. I cuss myself out. But it helps. Are you still an active doula? Yes and no. So right now, there is so much happening in the world of social media, especially with the podcast Unhinged and Immoral. And so I took a pause on accepting clients that were due after April, but really I shouldn't have taken clients at all, just because my schedule is unpredictable, and I never want to be unavailable for my clients when they go into labor. So I took a pause on accepting clients, but I am still currently working on 2 things as a doula. I'm working on some research as a doula, and I'm also working on my book that is for moms who can't necessarily afford full doula services. So it's kind of like a doula workbook. That's what I'm working on. And I can still do like virtual assessments, so I can help people plan their do birth plans and things like that. And I can still do like prenatal massages and things like that. So, and then also teaching birth classes. I just haven't had anybody book that, but yes and no, if that answers your question. Not a full-time doula anymore, but yeah. What's the best thing about being a content creator? The best thing about being a content creator is the creativity that comes with it for me, because I will have an idea that sparks my mind and I just do it. I pick up my phone and I say these thoughts, and I am also finding community. For example, I just dropped a video talking about Drag Race for the first time. I've never talked about Drag Race on a public platform. So I was talking about Drag Race, and now I have all of these people who also really love Drag Race come into my comments, and we're kind of like just talking about it. And now it's just building this platform, but also just building this community of people that have similar thoughts as you, but also different thoughts, and just doing this. And also, what I enjoy is when I meet some of like my followers in person, they always tell me like, you know, your videos brighten my day. I really enjoy watching your videos because it just makes me feel happy. Like that's all I ever want to do, is I want people to feel like they can have some level of escapism with me. Yeah. Are you still single? Yes. Yeah. I am not in a relationship. How do you pull your looks together? I love your style and how effortlessly fly you are. I'm not gonna lie, that's the first time anybody has ever asked me styling tips, because I don't consider myself to be like a fashion girl. I've always wanted to be. I really love the fashion girls. I like to look good, and so I pull a lot of inspiration from girls on social media. So I don't want to take the credit for my own style and things that you see. The things that I like to take into consideration is comfort and sex appeal. I'm not gonna lie to you, girl. I be wanting to be sexy at all times, because I did not grow up feeling sexy. I did not grow up feeling attractive to other people. I always thought I was cute, but I didn't feel like other people thought I was attractive. And I'm starting to feel attractive. I'm starting to feel sexy. So I want to express that, because it makes me feel really good inside, and it makes me like, yeah, it feels confident, right? But I also want to be comfortable. So I don't necessarily wear things that other people will wear just because they're wearing it, or just because it's trendy, because I may not feel comfortable in that look. So I'll take some inspiration for something and then think about how I can add my own flair and what I just genuinely like and am attracted to, try to blend the two together and get something. And you know, sometimes it works, but I'm not gonna lie, I'm just excited that you even thought I have style. Oh my gosh. How do you overcome the idea of imposter syndrome? I'm gonna be so completely honest with you. I have never experienced imposter syndrome ever in my life. And that's not I got some other things now. I be feeling some other stuff, but I never feel like an imposter if I'm being completely honest with you. Like, I always feel like I'm exactly where I'm supposed to be. I always feel like I belong. I always practice this state of delusion and I never want to let go of it. I feel like I am the funniest person in the room. I feel like I'm the smartest person in the room. I feel like I can teach anybody anything. I feel very, very confident in the things that I know because I know the things that I know. And I know what I'm good at, and I never feel like I am not supposed to be here because I am supposed to be here. And because things happen for a reason, I just always keep that in the forefront of my mind. Like, I just never feel like an imposter because I'm not an imposter. Like, this is really my life. And like I said, I'm gonna always practice being delusional. I think that being delusional has taken me so far. Ever since I was little, I've been saying that I'm gonna be famous. I'm gonna be on somebody's stage. I'm gonna be on TV. Because that's truly what I believe, and that's where the spirit guides me. Even when I've worked other jobs, things have happened to kind of push me in a different direction. I am always guided back into entertainment in some way, facet or another. And that's how I know this is what I'm supposed to be doing, because I'm spiritually aligned with this as well. And it doesn't feel like it's work. It doesn't feel like I am doing something I'm not supposed to be doing. It feels the most right. And so for me, I don't experience imposter syndrome because I'm not no fucking imposter. I'm always supposed to be here. How and why did you become a doula? I became a doula because of my birthing experience. It wasn't the best. I'll have to do a separate video on that. And I really enjoy pregnancy, labor, and delivery. I think it's really cool. And there is a disparity with Black women in healthcare, and Black women are 3 to 5 times more likely to die from child labor than white women. And it's not because of the reasons that you think. And so I wanted to get into that, and I wanted to make a difference. How did I become a doula? I got certified through Maternity Wise. You can get certified through many other certification processes. Hope that answers your question. Yes. Yappers tour? We need the deets. Summer is coming. Well, hold your horses now. Hold on. So yes, we are doing a live show. Me and Becca are definitely doing a live show. Me and Becca are definitely doing a live show. As far as a tour, I don't necessarily know just yet because we have to wait to see how things are, received. But that I do want to do that. I do want to do it. I want to do it. I do. It just, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? We gotta wait. We gotta make sure we can do it. Make sure y'all want to come. Because what if we do a tour and don't nobody buy tickets? You know what I'm saying? Like, that would be awkward. What would you say to younger Jamila if you had a chance? I would tell younger Jamila to keep being, oh my gosh, why am I getting emotional? I would tell younger Jamila to keep being yourself, even when people feel like you're doing too much. And I would tell her to pursue acting immediately and don't shy away from it, and don't stop trying to get out of it. I would tell young Jamila to take advantage of all the opportunities that come your way, but also take advantage of your grandparents being here. Because they're not always going to be, and there's going to become a time where they're not here, and you're going to wish that you had an opportunity to just talk to them a little bit more and get to know them more and to know their backstory a little bit more, and just kind of appreciate those things. And yeah, that's all I would say. Who is the Mount Rushmoore of people you'd like to work with? This is my favorite question because this is like me saying it out loud. This is me manifesting. the Wayans Brothers Productions, every last one of them, but especially Marlon and Damon. I love the Wayans Brothers so much. They encourage me to get into comedy. The way they write their movies, the things that they do, them as a family, bringing up all those people with them. I mean, I'm so inspired. I love them to death. Tisha Campbell, if you know, you know. Tisha Campbell is everything to me. Like, she is comedy gold to me, and I want to be just like her in so many ways. I often joke about how I said that's my mama. A lot of people say that we look alike, have similar mannerisms, all the things. It is my dream to play in a movie with Tisha where she plays my mother, or a TV show. I just love her so much. I feel like we would play off of each other. Her improv, her comedic timing, her faces, her physical comedy, all the things. Absolutely love her to pieces. I absolutely love to work with Monique because she's one of my favorite comedians ever. Cat Williams, again, favorite comedian. Some more favorite comedian. But somebody else I would really love to work with is Jason Weaver. I think Jason Weaver is a talent that is so untapped into. I think he is one of the most underrated people we have in our industry. Like, I just want to work with him so bad, and I would just love to like tap in. Countess Vaughn, I want to bring her back into some stuff. I want to work with a lot. I want to work with all the black people, bro. I want to work with all the fucking black people, bro. Dating tips while parenting. So I really don't know how to answer that, because so far since I've been dating while being a parent, those two things haven't crossed paths, if that makes sense. Like, I have not gotten serious with anybody enough to like incorporate them into my motherhood, if that makes sense. Not even to like really meet my son in that capacity. But as far as like just dating while having a kid, I say just try to plan ahead and things like that. But also I say rip the band-aid off. Like, don't try to hide your kid or nothing like that, nothing crazy like that. Like, rip the band-aid off and just do it. Like, date people who are okay with dating people who have kids, like, because I just think that it's counterproductive to try to convince somebody to want to date you if you have to, like, you know, if they don't want to date somebody with kids, it's cool. Like, don't date them. Bitch, I don't know. I don't have dating advice for shit. Don't ask me no damn dating advice, bitch. I don't damn know. All I know is I haven't really experienced any specific issues dating while having a child, if that makes sense. The only thing that I'll run into is I can't necessarily always do spur of the moment things because I have a kid and I might, like, you know what I'm saying, like maybe nobody can watch me at that time. But even that hasn't really happened a whole bunch of times, and usually if that happens, like, they're understanding. So girl, I don't even know if I answered that question, but girl, do you ever think it's easier to date with a degree versus without? I've dated people who have gone to college, graduated, have degrees, and people who have not and done all that. And to be honest, niggas ain't shit regardless. And I'm not saying that to be like, I hate men. I mean, I do. But like, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying like, the degree is not what's gonna make somebody good. Or, you know what I'm saying? Like, that ain't gonna be the thing. Now, as far as like, connection wise, compatibility, the things that you find interesting, that might kind of be a thing, especially if you're like super into somebody being an intellectual on a specific wave. And that's not to say that people who don't have degrees are not smart, but I'm talking about a specific scholastic intellectual, right? You want to discuss theory and things like that. Maybe you just need to talk to a nigga with a PhD. I don't know. But for me, that doesn't necessarily, like, the degree is not, that's the least of our worries, babes. We gotta wait. We got, you know what I'm saying? That ain't, yeah. Who is your celebrity lookalike? So I'm gonna rank them from most to least, in my opinion. My number one celebrity lookalike is Journey Smollett. I don't care what nobody says. I look like Journey Smollett. That's my sister. We are twins. That's my sister. Number two, Tisha Campbell. Okay, that's my mama. I agree that I do look like Tisha, especially when she was younger. In her younger days, me and her really do look alike, and we act alike. Most importantly, like we, right? Taraji P. Henson. Now I know that's a gag because if you know, you know. But I personally did not see that I never thought I looked like Taraji, but I get it all the time that I look like Taraji. And I started to see it a little bit, kind of in the eyes and the eyebrows. But those are my celebrity looks like. Who? Yeah. Fellow Alabama. Now I'm gonna stop y'all right there. I'm not from Alabama, y'all. I am not from Alabama. My daddy and his people is from Alabama. I'm from Texas. Okay, so I just want to let me correct that for you. what are some misconceptions you hear being from Mobile? So again, I'm not from Mobile, but my daddy is and his whole family is. But a lot of people think that Mobile is just country, like it's just a country bumpkin city. And I think that people who are not from the South don't understand the difference between like rural and Southern, like, you know, just country. Now, Mobile is country in the sense of, you know, it's a Southern state or Southern city. The folks is country, you know, the accents and things like that. But it's not country in the sense of like it being rural, like there's nothing out there. Mobile is a thriving city. It's a black city with a lot of rich black history. Mobile is the birthplace of Mardi Gras. There's a lot of really rich stuff that comes from Mobile. A lot of history that I think gets erased, gets overlooked. But it's a black town. With a lot of black people, a lot of rich history, and I'm not ashamed to say that my people come from there at all. How is your little brother? I've been following since the skit days. Wow, that's you loyal. He's doing really good. I hope you follow him on TikTok as well. His TikTok is Ringa My Bell. He's doing really good. He's made a platform, a pretty large platform for himself on there as well, and he's still doing skits and still doing the same things, and he's doing really good. How do you balance keeping your personality while becoming a mom? I really don't think about it because your personality is literally who you are, and me being a mom is just now it's just an added piece of who I am. It doesn't take anything away from me. I'm always gonna be Jamila. I'm always gonna be the same person. I don't know how to be nothing else but me, and my son gets to witness it, and I think that's kind of a cool piece of it. Like, I want my son to know exactly who I am, and I want him to get that sneak peek into me, you know? Advice for film majors: you need to be trying to get on somebody's set every chance you can get, because there's just some stuff you not gonna learn in them classes, and I didn't learn that until I got up out them classes and realized I don't know shit. You got to get up out them classes sometimes. You need to be trying to work on somebody's set. You need to be a PA. And then when you do get selected to be a PA on somebody's set, you need to be asking questions when you're at that set. So say if somebody goes, oh, I want this shot to be dirty, y'all, and you don't know what that means, ask them, what does that mean? Soak up every bit of information. If somebody asks you to do a call sheet, you know what I'm saying, and you want to do the call sheet and you want to know why it is that this is listed, ask questions. Ask questions and keep learning, keep Googling, keep researching, because film school is just so limited, and also there's just so much to learn. There's just so much to learn. You should always be wanting to learn. You should always be wanting to learn and always wanting to do better, whatever field you're in, but especially with film, because it's always changing, it's always evolving, and there's so much to know. A lot of people really underestimate how vast productions are. Like, y'all never seen the credits of a movie, of a TV show? You see how long they are? There's so many things, there's so many jobs, there's so many people that go into making a movie. You know what I'm saying? Even the shittiest of movies have the long ass credits. Baby, it's a lot of people that do a lot of work in production. So, and also think about that. There's a lot of production jobs out there, meaning like you don't always have to strive to be the director or the executive producer. Like, there's a lot of production jobs out there, and figure out what you're good at, what you can be passionate at, and what you can really do, what makes sense for you. Well, that's all the questions I have for Instagram. Thank you guys so much. These were some really good questions. I feel like they were very different than I would have anticipated, so that was really fun. I really do want to get back on posting more on YouTube, so let me know what kind of videos y'all want to see from me. Of course, I have some ideas myself, but I want to know what y'all want to see, because of course I'm here to serve y'all. I'm at your service. I'm just playing. But of course, y'all already know what to do. Make sure y'all are subscribed. Make sure y'all are liking the video and sharing it to all your friends. Make sure you are following me on all the social platforms at _I am Jamila. And I'll see you guys next time. Mwah.